Hi guys, so I'm here with Mahanati's team today. Hi, how are you guys? How excited are you for the movie?
Quite excited.
Nagi, first of all, brilliant casting. How did all that take place?
Uh, casting took a long time. It took about 6 or 7 months. A lot of it, we did lots of research, and then finally we went with our instinct. So that's what happened.
No, apart from like the main stars, every other casting that's been coming up since yesterday has been really, really good. So did you do research on every?
Yeah, and we knew how everybody looked. Obviously, like how KV Reddy looks, LV Prasad garu looks. We have visual references of everybody, but apart from just physical resemblance, we wanted to see ante how much spirit or soul they can bring into the character. What felt the closest according to the script. So, yeah.
Danny, hi.
Hi.
So I've been having this question for a really long time. How come you used the 60mm camera in like today?
So Nagi approached me and he wanted to have two differentiated looks. One that was more for Savitri's story, and one that was more for Samantha's and Vijay's. Vijay will be coming here, so like wait for him. And he was like, I want this nostalgic, like vintage look. I want to bring back the grandness of that time. Like, how can we do that? And I was like, well, we can shoot 35, Nagi. And Nagi was like, yeah, if we had the budget.
No budget.
If you want the budget, like we would do that. And I was like, well, have you seen Carol? Have you seen Jackie? Have you seen Black Swan? We had this 60mm movies that came out and I loved them. And he was like, oh, maybe we can do 16. So, we consulted with Priyanka and Swapna. We're like, oh, can we do 16? Blah, 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 blah. And finally, we did we did tests for Alexa Anamorphic and Super 16. And we finally decided to use both, but for different time periods.
And how did you get the camera?
So, ACS, actually the company that I work with here in Telangana, they had one 60mm camera. Now that camera was perfect, except if you wanted to do a wide, because the focus was not there at the wide. So we got another camera from Chennai. And that camera was very good with wides, but was not very good with close-ups. So we ended up using both cameras on set. Like one from Telangana and one from Chennai, which is great because the movie is actually releasing in both languages.
So would you say it was harder on this camera?
It was a little bit challenging, but I think if you watch the movie, you guys will see how it paid off on screen. It looks really beautiful. It has that vintage look, that we wanted to give. Like grain, like the colors, it's just beautiful.
Hi, Keerthy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So I'm sure for you, it was not like just acting. I'm sure you were living in the character. Did you travel with the character? Did you take it post-shoot also?
Yeah, I did. I did for like about a year. It was a travel, a journey, whatnot. We started off when Nagi, like May 27th, I think we started shooting like the look test, and from then it was like on me, and I never realized that I wasn't myself at the shoot. It took a while to realize that okay, I'm not myself. So I don't know if I'm still out of it.
How do you plan on moving on from the character?
Why do I have to move? I like it like this.
Evolve, yeah.
I've heard that initially you weren't sure about doing the role. So what was the point where you decided that you're ready to dive into this?
Yeah, so Nagi and Swapna and Priyanka, they convinced me at one point. They brainwashed me. And that's where my tension started. But yeah, that point was when I realized that they were really, really confident on me doing this. So I thought, if they were so confident on me, then why can't I be confident on myself, So I thought, okay, let's give a chance.
What did you see in Keerthy that she didn't see herself?
I think, I don't know. I mean, I just a big. It was like a very big, like, when you have an instinct, it probably comes from somewhere else. So I think in a way, like what everybody thinks is that maybe Savitri Garu chose her through our instincts or whatever. Like we had lots of options. We were looking at senior actors, like maybe newer people, lots of different people. But for some reason, my idea was she is the right person. And there was no work that she had done before which would allow me to convince everybody else. So I had to just sit and say, no, believe me. Like, why should we believe you? Like, what? So it took me a while, but then finally I think it worked out.
So you also thought she resembled Savitri Garu?
Yeah, not exactly resembles, but I mean now it looks great after the visuals, costume and everything. But there's something in the eyes I thought which matched that playful innocence that Savitri Garu has.
Also, to get into the headspace of someone so big like Savitri Garu, like, how did you do it? What research did you do? What did you read? What did you watch?
I grew my hair a lot. Like it took a while. We read everything and watched everything that we could. Like there are about 5 books on Savitri Garu. I read all of them. Met a lot of people who worked with her, and more than anything, it was from her family that we got the most amount of insight or information. Like her daughter and son have been very supportive and helpful. So I think we had more information than we could put in the movie. And what we needed was more than information. We needed to understand what she would have felt at that point. What is going on is fine, but what would she have felt? What was her emotion? That took a while to find.
Yeah, that reminds me, I saw you with Savitri Garu's family in the making video also. How was your relationship with them?
So I did talk to Vijay Garu, and she gave me a lot of. We shared a message at first where she sent me a lot of points where, sharing her characteristics, her mannerisms. The movie is mostly about how she was off screen, isn't it? So I need to know how she was. So as a person, like how naturally she is at home as a mother or as a wife. So she did share a lot of points like, she used to play cricket, she used to swim, she loves racing cars. So many points like that, and these 3 points matched with me. Like I told her, like there are a lot of other points as well. I told them, I circled and sent her saying, see, even I do the same things. So she was like, okay, then you're blessed. And yeah, so I think today they watched the movie and they are really, really happy. She watched, after watching the movie, she sent me a message saying, if I ever need the warmth of my mother, I'll come to you. So what more do I need?
So you've seen the movie too, right?
No, I haven't.
But after all the apprehension on the role, do you now think you passed the test?
I really don't know. You should tell me. Like, people who are watching should tell that.
Yeah, 24 hours to go. 24 hours to go. Yeah. 24 గంటలు తెలిసిపోతుంది.
Less than that, Nagi.
Yeah, 24 గంటల కంటే తక్కువ. Danny, what brought you to India?
Well, I was in India. I was going to say Nagi, but that's for this movie. Actually, I came for the first time to shoot a film in 2011, and then I stayed. Like it was one of those elongated films that just brought me here, and suddenly there was another project, and there was another project, and there was another project. And at some point, I was like, "Well, where is home?" Is it Bombay? Is it Los Angeles? So I finally went back to Los Angeles. I was there for like a couple of years, always coming back and whatever, until I received a call from this Garu over here. And he was like, yeah, I've seen this movie, like it looks vintage, we have this other movie, why don't you read the script and let me know? And that was a script for Mahanati, and I thought the script was brilliant. It was really good because it is, sometimes when you do a biopic, you want to pay a homage to the person, and you cannot get away from reality. You kind of like make them so grand that they're just not real anymore. And that didn't happen with Mahanati. Actually, like Nagi tried to capture not only like her persona on screen, but also who she was in her real life. And I think that's what's interesting. That's what kind of Samantha explores as well in her character. and we're gonna see that in a few hours, guys. Actually, less than 24, Nagi. And it releases in the US in a few hours too.
Keerthy, మీకేం తెలుసు about Savitri garu before this?
I knew quite a lot about her. It's not that I'm just, I just did the movie, so I started researching about her. We used to sit and watch black and white movies at home. My mom and my grandmom were my company. So Maya Bazaar was my favorite. And yeah, we have Maya Bazaar in the movie today. So I knew her. I mean, I knew very well about her.
నాకు ఎందుకు సావిత్రి గారు?
ఎందుకు సావిత్రి గారు? సచ్ ఇంటెన్స్ క్వశ్చన్ అన్న. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మన మేజర్లీ 2 reasons. ఇప్పుడు పెద్ద మన సినిమా హిస్టరీ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తే యుల్ థింక్ ఆఫ్ సో మెనీ సమ్ మహానటులు ఉంటారు అనమాట. శివాజీ గణేశన్ గారు, ఎన్టీఆర్ గారు, ఏఎన్ఆర్ గారు, ఎస్వి రంగారావు గారు. లైక్ యూ హ్యావ్ దీస్ మ్యాసివ్ నేమ్స్ and they are the foundations of our industry, the birth of our industry or whatever. And Savitri garu is the only actress that has gone through all of them in terms of their best picture. If you think of the best songs of ANR or NTR or Shivaji, best performances of Shivaji Ganeshan, the times where SV Rangarao pota potiga Savitri garu natinchindi ante, it was all them. So there's only one actress who kind of covers them all, and I feel if all these great people had this one person in common, then what is her story? Like what would this person have been to have, walked shoulder to shoulder with not just one person but with the entire generation of legends basically. And also it's like you grow up and when you grow up with something about Savitri garu is like you never think of her as an actress. You see her ఆమె సినిమాలు చూసిన తర్వాత అరే ఎంత బాగా నటించింది అనిపించదు. జస్ట్ షీఈస్ మిస్ మేరీ. ఆమె పాత్రలు బేసిక్లీ జీవిస్తారు. ఇంకా దేర్ ఇస్ నో యాక్టింగ్ దేర్ ఇస్ నో పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ దేర్. సో ఐ ఫీల్ దట్స్ వాట్ మేక్స్ హర్ సో క్లోజ్ టు ద ఆడియన్స్, అండ్ దట్స్ సంథింగ్ దట్ పీపుల్ షుడెంట్ ఫర్గెట్. ఈ జనరేషన్ ఆర్ ఆర్ జనరేషన్ ఆర్ పీపుల్ యంగర్ దెన్ us, they shouldn't like miss out on that. They shouldn't miss out on that foundation of our industry.
కానీ ఎవడే తర్వాత ఇట్స్ అ కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్ స్టోరీ కదా.
అదే మళ్ళీ మౌంటైన్స్ ఎక్కాలని కష్టం. థాట్ విల్ డూ సంథింగ్ ఎల్స్.
ఫస్ట్ లైక్ యువర్ 1 movie old ఇప్పుడు, అండ్ సావిత్రి గారు is 264 movies old. How did you think you were going, like what was your confidence factor that you'll do justice to this movie?
అంటే కొంచెం ఇగ్నరెంట్గానే వెళ్తే బెటర్ యాక్చువల్లీ, without trying to understand the magnitude of it, because if you see the magnitude of it, you could probably get scared anamata, but if you just run through it, you'll find a way through basically. So of course, yeah, 1 movie old, and I just felt it's actually maybe అంటే ఇప్పుడు చేయడమే బెటర్ ఏమో. ఇప్పుడు మేబీ 2-3 సినిమాలు చేసి ఏదో కొన్ని హిట్స్ వస్తాయి, ఫ్లాప్స్ వస్తాయి, వాట్ ఎవర్, అండ్ దెన్ సడన్లీ యువర్ మైండ్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ఒక కండిషన్కి వస్తుంది అనమాట. లైక్ ఓ మై గాడ్, ఇప్పుడు మార్కెట్ అంటే ఇది మార్కెట్, ఫ్లాప్స్, ఇన్సెక్యూరిటీ, నెక్స్ట్ ఎవర్ ఆ హీరో డేట్లో ఆ గోల్లలో స్టార్ట్ అయితే మేబీ యూ కాంట్ మేక్ అ మూవీ ఆనెస్ట్లీ. రైట్ నౌ ఐ డోంట్ రియలీ కేర్ సో మచ్, సో ఐ కెన్ మేక్ ఇట్ కంప్లీట్లీ ద వే ఐ వాంట్, అండ్ సావిత్రి గారు డిజర్వ్స్ అన్ ఆనెస్ట్ ఫిల్మ్, సో ఐ థాట్ నౌ ఇస్ బెటర్.
Did you learn Telugu, Danny?
I was just watching the comments, and aside from all these beautiful things that they're saying about Keerthy, which are true, they also said like, oh, too much English. I'm sorry, I apologize. My second language is English. My first tongue is Spanish. I know some German. I know Tora Hindi, but Telugu namaskaram, koncham, wo tise. That's the limit, and like some of the song titles. That's it.
Challa also, no? I think you said Challa or Neelu.
Challa Neelu. Yeah, please.
Everything that helps him survive
exactly,
in production.
Yeah, please. Survival Telugu, Telugu. Actually, I was very lucky because my team, my Telugu team, actually all knew English, and whoever didn't, like, they translated for me, so I'm very thankful to them. They took charge of me, not only like on set, but also of my health, you know, because sometimes we run over time, you know, like you need some water in the middle of the heat, you know, and they were always there for me. So yeah, I was very happy working.
So you didn't
this
find
industry.
language a barrier?
Not at all, not at all. Actually, this, you know, when I started learning, I mean, I did 3 movies in Bombay, you know, in Hindi. And then, you know, when I started learning Hindi, like suddenly I come to another different industry with a completely different language. I'm sure the next one will be Tamil, I hope. But no, it was not, I mean, we all share the same language, you know, which is the visual language. And I think that helps, you know, not having that barrier on set actually helps me, because I don't know I know what she's saying because I have the script translated into English, but not knowing exactly what she's saying makes me read her subtext. And then I actually think about, like, how do I translate this subtext into camera, into lighting, into color? And you know, I think that is you know, like a roundabout into what the essence of cinematography is.
Keerthy, do you think your whole experience was very emotionally demanding?
Definitely.
For me also very emotionally demanding.
Really? It was. I don't know if it was emotionally demanding, but yeah, after that I have become an emotional person now. Like, yeah. What, Nagi, why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm just nodding as agreeing with you.
Yeah, so it does. I mean, towards the second half of the movie, there are a lot of emotional things happening, and yeah, so there are a lot of ups and downs, and have to be emotional.
Yeah, as a being like an observer, as a director, like you could see like Keerthy, like from the beginning, like her performance is always spot on. Like when the camera's on, then she's in character. She's really good. But like as the movie went on, somewhere halfway through, you could see there's one level up that she went. Like we're doing that interval scene, they're just like spot on. Like without any cue, the tears would fall at the right moment, and I'm like, this is too much intense. This is.
Yay, Nagi praised me.
Why? Why would you say that? Didn't he ever praise you before?
No, because we had a wrap-up party, and he was trying to find some words to, you know, like praise me. He was like, no, I'll praise you later.
But I think that's how Nagi is. Nagi is a very quiet guy, and like he doesn't. I mean, if he's quiet, then he's actually praising you. Otherwise, he will come to you and like say something.
Yeah.
How is Nagi as a director?
Is that you?
Everybody, guys.
Okay, I want to answer one question from the audience before.
Yeah.
Vijay is coming. Okay, so guys,
Most of them
like, calm
asked
down.
about
It's
There's one person who is written saying, I came live just to see Vijay, and where is he?
sorry, like he will be coming. He's late. I'm sorry.
So we have a Vijay mask.
But we're here. So let me answer your question though.
A lot of people are asking, what about Shekhar sir also? I've read that
Oh.
twice.
Shekhar sir.
And Samantha, we miss her as well. Anyways, like you were asking, like how's Nag as a director?
Someone's asking, tell me about senior NTR character in Mahanati.
It's a very nice character.
It's great.
Great character.
You're supposed to talk about Nagi.
That's right. Okay, yeah. So how is Nagi as a director? I think he's one of the most quiet directors that I've ever worked with. Like he comes on set and he's quiet, and you're like, Nagi, so what should we do? And he's like, and then like there's 15 people talking to him like, hey Nagi, like should we do this? And he's simmering all down. Like it's like all the ideas are like in his head, and suddenly with all these ideas he makes like a mix, and then he's like, I know. And suddenly, like, he'll come up with a great idea, and it'll be right. You're like, oh yeah, that's exactly how we should do this, And you're like, and sometimes it comes after breakfast, or sometimes it comes after like 2 hours of work, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let me redo all this work that I just did for this scene. No, but it's great. Like he has a very like strong vision, and I think it's seen. Like, I mean, if you have seen the teaser of Mahanati or even the teaser for the promos of the songs, like, I mean, you're in for a visual treat, definitely. And with actors, like he's the best. all the performances in the film are really good. I can say that because I've seen the movie, guys. I've cheated. Like I've seen it in color grading, so it's yeah. I mean, I saw it 2 nights ago, and go watch it.
Nagi was so quiet. మీకు ఎలా అర్థమైంది తనకి సీన్ నచ్చిందా నచ్చలేదా?
So when Nagi says cut, it means okay. When Nagi says super, he'll say one more. So it's just like the opposite. And am I right? It is, no? Yeah. So that's how he is, and he is quiet, but yeah, he will say if he wants more. He knows what he wants, and most of the time he I think, I don't know if it's because I did well that he gets quite, satisfied quite easily, but sometimes he does ask for more. But he's not very fussy. He's not like, I need this, or, he's not like that. And yeah, I love his style of making and his screenplay. And I think he has his mind, he knows what he wants. His mind is at the, the edit suit, like, where he's going to cut and what he's going to paste. But yeah, so at shoot, he's like a very chilled out guy, but at dubbing, he's just the opposite. He's just the opposite. He's very, very fussy out there. And yeah, we dubbed for like 11 days, and I said, Nagi, we're taking this pressure to dub, we're taking this effort to dub. I'm sure people will appreciate that we're dubbing. So he's like, no, people are very protective about Savitri Garu. We have to make it right. Like, it should be like spot on. So yeah, that's what he is.
How was dubbing? Did you know Telugu before this?
No, I can just
No.
I can just understand. I can talk, but not like, that great flow is not
No,
there.
she can talk. Her flow will also come off actually.
Yeah, okay. He answered for me.
She's good. Like basically when there's no pressure, no, like just on set in between takes and all, there'll be like one flow of Telugu that's going on. So it's there. You'll just have to like
Until
break.
somebody says, hey, Keerthy, you're talking Telugu, and then you'll be all gone.
And then suddenly somebody says, oh, you have to talk in Telugu right now, and then suddenly consciousness happens. Otherwise, she talks really well, and she finds some words that you don't think she knows and all that.
That's good.
Okay, so you thought I didn't know some words.
Yeah, no, I mean, some words,
నాగి సో నలుగురు పెద్ద యాక్టర్స్ కదా, హూ డూ యూ థింక్ రేపు అందరిలోకి ఎవరికి అటెన్షన్ ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది?
Until like that's it, like when you're saying Mahanati, it's undoubtedly it's going to be Keerthy's portrayal.
Okay, Vijay is here. I'm also really excited about this.
So guys, everyone who's asking about,
Where is Vijay? Vijay is here. Yay!
It's still live, so like hi.
see, Mahanati is always full of surprises.
నాగే కంటిన్యూ.
What is he saying?
సో ఐ
Keerthy can
ఆస్క్డ్
speak in
హిమ్,
Telugu.
నలుగురు పెద్ద యాక్టర్స్ కదా, అందరిలోకి రేపు అటెన్షన్ ఎవరు ఎక్కువకి వస్తుంది అని.
అదే ఆబ్వియస్ అంతే మరి. అంతే ఇట్స్ లైక్ అంటే అన్డౌటెడ్లీ లైక్ ఇట్స్ లైక్ because it's the title role, because there's so many variations, she'll get the thing. But I feel just because of like how many really big stars, not just supporting characters, how many stars are supporting this movie as pillars, I think everybody is going to be like acknowledged and appreciated for whatever they've done.
Which one was your favorite character apart from Savitri Garu?
It's my favorite character. I mean,
Pressure, because Vijay is right there,
that's why I wore this t-shirt, Vijay, for you.
What is your other favorite character? And Vijay is right here, Yes.
Character, okay, Gani, I really enjoyed working with Rajendra Prasad.
Yeah,
like
I
I think
knew
for
you
me,
would say
Rajendra Prasad was a fun revelation. It is.
So good.
He's like so full of energy. He's like Nani in a way, but only 20 years later. so he has that spontaneity. He'll keep everybody entertained basically on set. and he'll have endless stories and what, like even when you're running late for a take, he'll tell you some story about what happened back in the day with Janjala.
Someone asked me actually, like, how is it different to shoot in Telugu and in abroad? And I think even in Hindi, like it's very different from Telugu, mostly because of this. Like, for example, Renda Prasad is a very good example of a character from the Telugu industry. They come and it's amazing. They leave the scene and they're like, and they have some ideas. They're like, Nagi, we should do this. We should use this monkey over here. And like, suddenly like, it's like, okay, like the monkey, okay, and it's like, yeah, well, let's use that. Like, you, come over here. And like, suddenly like, the whole scene is, like, I'm like, oh, this dolly doesn't work, Nagi. Like, what are we doing, Nagi? And like, he's like, wait a minute, Nagi. Like, he's like onto something else. He's like, I should surprise him. Like, Nagi, come over here. I should surprise him. Like, I'll surprise her. Don't tell her, Well, we're gonna do this. And like, so I'm like, oh, but my lighting doesn't work. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, so I learned how to, approach this with patience. I'm like, okay, let's see. So when Renda Prasad came on set, I was very, very attentive. I'm like, what is he doing? Where is he going? And then as he was moving, I'm like, oh, this was gonna happen, really. So I started moving my lights. I'm like, let's move the light. Like, Dolly, like right here. And like, but because he brought such freshness on set, like it was always a lot of fun to work with Renda Prasad, actually.
Vijay,
You should say something.
Vijay, I'm assuming that your role in Mahanati is very different from what you played earlier. So when you chose this role, what went in your mind?
I didn't choose. He said, "Do it." I did it. That's all. He didn't say,
The role chose him.
He didn't say, "Do you want to do it? Will you do it?" Nothing. They said, "Yeah." They actually called me. Actually,
Tuesday,
first
9 a.m.
Swapnaka called me first. I think, and then she said, "Vijay, Nagi, next we want you Mahanati." And then I was like, "Akka, I would love to do Savitri, but it's going to be a little challenging." And I know I'm a good actor, but it'll take some time. And then they were like, "Shut up!" And then they were like, "We want you for this small supporting role." And Nagi was excited about having me do that, so I just went along. Naku Meeta Katha kuda peddade ledu. So I'm also like excited to watch the film tomorrow to see the whole scale of the film. So Naguda, it's going to be like, I also feel, and it's not like that side, they know nothing of the film yet. This side, they know absolutely everything of our life, and I feel like in between. I know bits and pieces, yet I don't know type thing. So, Rep Judal, Naguda kotta untadi.
It's your birthday also, no? Tomorrow?
Yeah, it happens to
Happy
be.
birthday
Thank
to
you.
you.
Dananta awkward.
Mike it, Sharmani.
Okay. Vijay, they've been waiting for you, so I'll just look at the comments also.
They asked you if you are gonna dub for the Tamil version.
Of this one. Nadigal.
వెళ్ళిపోయింది ఆల్రెడీ.
అయిపోయింది కదా?
Yeah, censor copy అయిపోయింది.
Okay. This one I'm not. Next one I am. For Nota I will.
Hey, but I did one interview in Chennai randomly. I was waiting for details into Madhyalo. So they're talking about you. They're like, we heard Vijay sir's dubbing for
Mahanati
for
also.
Nota.
Oh yeah, for Nota.
So they're already very excited about the fact that you're speaking in their language.
Ante in Tamil also, is the language like more period Tamil? It's not like today's. Is it like little bookish Tamil?
Madan Karki wrote the dialogues. I have no idea.
Oh, so
No clue.
yeah.
He's really good. He has a great grip on like the language.
Oh,
and-
you'll know, no? So how is the Tamil? Was it like?
No, not like too old. It's
Okay,
like
so-
somewhere in between because
Okay.
people should get connected easily, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
ఆమె తమిళ్ తెలుగు రెండు డబ్ చేసింది మహానటి.
మీకు ఈ రోల్ చాలా ఛాలెంజింగ్ అనిపించిందా?
చాలా ఈజీ ఉండే జస్ట్ అంటే ఆ పీరియడ్లో ఇట్ వాస్ ఫన్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ టు ద కాస్ట్యూమ్స్ ఆఫ్ 1980 అండ్ దే రీక్రియేటెడ్ ఇట్ సో బ్యూటిఫుల్లీ. ఆల్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ లుక్స్, ఆల్ ద ఎక్స్ట్రాస్, అంటే సడన్లీ ఆల్ ద లొకేషన్స్ ఆల్సో దే పిక్ లొకేషన్స్ విచ్ అట్లా పాతగా 1980 టైం నుంచి ఉన్న లొకేషన్స్. అండ్ చాలా రెవ్యూరెన్స్తో మాట్లాడుతుండే, అంటే ఒక పద్ధతి ఉంటుండే ఆ టైంలో. అంటే దే వుడ్ టాక్ విత్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ రెస్పెక్ట్ అండ్ ఏమండి వాణి గారు అండ్ విచ్ ఐ ఫౌండ్ వెరీ స్ట్రేంజ్.
So, అలవాటైంది.
ఇక చేసుకున్న అంత డైలాగ్ ఇచ్చిన బట్ మీ అండ్ శామ్ యూస్ టు మేక్ ఫన్ లైక్ ఫన్ ఆఫ్ దట్ లైక్ అంటే అక్కడ నుంచే ఏమండి అనే పదం వచ్చిందేమో, అంటే వైఫ్స్ కాల్ హస్బెండ్స్ ఏమండి ఏమండి కదా, ఆ రెఫరెన్స్ నుంచే వచ్చిందేమో. బట్ లైక్
వాణి గారు సినిమాకి వెళ్తాం అలా.
యా వాణి గారు అంటే యా ఐ డోంట్ థింక్ షుడ్ టాక్ బియాండ్ ఇట్.
అదేలే.
So it is contrasting to your previous roles.
Oh, it is. I've never done anything like this. I don't think no film has come, no? Like that's
Like
set,
this
like
also,
like
yeah.
a biopic that's set on an actress about the
About
industry,
the industry.
with actors that people know. So it's one of a kind in itself type. Yeah.
And what did you know about Savitri before this? Before the movie?
అంటే నన్ను జనాలు తిట్టుకోకపోతే ఫ్రాంక్గా నాకు పెద్ద తెలియదు. పేరు నన్ను వేసుకుంటారు ఇది కూడా తెలియకుండా యాక్టర్ అయినా అని, కానీ తెలియదు నాకు. ఐఎమ్ ఇగ్నోరెంట్, ఐ కాంట్ హెల్ప్ ఇట్. బట్ ఐ న్యూ ద నేమ్. ఐ థింక్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ అస్ నో ద నేమ్ బట్ డోంట్ నో ద పర్సన్ బిహైండ్ ఇట్, డోంట్ నో ద లైఫ్ behind. You just hear bits and pieces about her. Whatever little I know is because I've become a part of this film and through Nagi. I think he's read a lot and done his research, so like he knows the most, and then through him every now and then I got to know a bit of her. And like the most I'm interviewing you later today evening, you know.
No.
I'm interviewing you, so I think I'll keep some stuff for there.
Okay.
I have some interesting questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Do any of the audience have any questions?
Tough questions అడగాలి.
Yeah, తప్పకుండా. హలో ఎవ్రీవన్. అండ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ కపుల్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్. ఫస్ట్ ఒకటి, మీకు మీరు అన్నారు యూ వాంటెడ్ టు టెల్ సావిత్రి గారి స్టోరీ అందరికి చెప్పాలి అనుకున్నారు కదా, ఎప్పుడు అనిపించింది అంటే వాట్ మేడ్ యూ అంటే అరే దిస్ ఈస్ ది టైమ్ ఇప్పుడు చెప్పాలి అని మీకు ఎప్పుడు అనిపించింది? వన్. అండ్ టు కంటిన్యూ, ఫస్ట్ రోజు ఆడియో రిలీజ్ జరిగింది అండ్ దట్ ఈస్ వెన్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ గాట్ టు నో 9th ఇస్ ది రిలీజ్ అని. ఈ షార్ట్ పీరియడ్లో డిడ్ యూ సీ ఎనీ ఛాలెంజ్, అరే పబ్లిసిటీ కానీ హౌ డు వీ టేక్ ఇట్ టు ది ఆడియన్స్ ఉన్న 8 days గ్యాప్లో? 1, 2. అండ్ టు డానీ,
Wow, he'll forget.
I'll forget the first question.
యా ప్లీజ్.
అంటే Mahanati, when did I know I wanted to make it? I wanted to make it for a while. అంటే ఒక సీడ్ ఆఫ్ ఐడియా ఎప్పటి నుంచో ఉంది, 4-5 ఏళ్ళ ముందు నుంచే. ఫర్ ద చాలా బేసిక్ రీజన్ వాజ్ బికాజ్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు రీక్రియేట్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ దోస్ ఓల్డ్ మూవీస్. దట్ వాస్ ద కోర్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. లైక్ ఇప్పుడు మాయాబజార్ ఆర్ పాతాల్ భైరవి ఆర్ మిస్సమ్మ అని ఇమాజిన్ హ్యావింగ్ those scenes or those songs recreated was something that felt like a kick, but there was no story, it was just a thought. Every tarvata I was listening to this really long radio show అనమాట, ఒక 6 గంటలు 6.5 గంటలు ఉంటుంది. సో ఆ రేడియో షోలో I was listening to a lot of stories that we don't know about Savitri garu. Like we know her movies but we don't know how her movies ran parallel with her life. కొన్ని ఇన్సిడెంట్స్ దాంట్లో వినిన వెంటనే I was like, this life is definitely worth exploring, this life is definitely worth telling అనిపించింది. So that is the moment, maybe at night in my room on my computer.
Did you watch her films or know of her
before? Yeah. Missamma and all I watched like lots of times. All the major like popular films I watched before because my grandparents used to like watch it a lot.
Okay.
They're all Dr. Chakravarti fans, all of those our time lo. And songs, more than the movies, I remember the songs. Like almost any song of that time ఇప్పుడు ఏదో పాత గీతాలు ఏదో వస్తాయి కదా టీవీలో ఆర్ రేడియోలో, ఇఫ్ యూ ఎవ్రీ అదర్ సాంగ్ విల్ బీ అ సావిత్రి సాంగ్, ఇఫ్ నాట్ బ్యాక్ టు బ్యాక్. సో that's how I remember her basically.
And Danny, to you, since that you're new to Telugu industry, what was the care that you took on the color part? Did you get chance to look into any of the old films, or how was your background work for the color grading?
So yeah, like when Nagi actually hired me for this job, I was like, oh fuck, like I need to like get back to and watch all these movies. So I started, and like I was very surprised that we don't know more about these gems. Like I started with Maya Bazaar, And I still remember that shot that Marcos Barley did, like this girl sits down on a fountain, and then, the camera tilts down, the waves of the fountain ripple. And when the camera tilts up again, that's Savitri, like as a woman. And it's such a beautiful like transition. And I mean, it was done at that time, like probably photochemically. It's amazing. I mean, I had to go back and like, what happened here? Like, how did they do this? Like, it's amazing. And like that, like many moments, like it's a pity that that the preservation of those movies is not that great, and that we don't have better copies. And subtitles aren't there for most films. So, it's very hard to follow them. So I was like, Nagi, what's happening here? Like, what's going on here? I was also like, in the Tamil movies, I have a friend who's Tamil. I'm like, what's this, like, what are they saying? Because I lose so much, but I mean, I focus on the visuals, So definitely, like, I mean, it was part of it. We had to recreate some of the images completely. So I had to study it hard, like I had to study like how did they do this, like what kind of lights they used, what kind of like diffusers or non diffusers, like. So yeah, I mean, I studied a lot of Telugu Tamil film for this film.
And thank you.
Okay, thank you.
They have more questions.
I have a question.
Hi.
Hi. మీ ఇద్దరిని అడుగుతున్నాను. ఆయన ఫస్ట్ సినిమాలో మీరు యాక్ట్ చేశారు. అప్పటి నుంచి ఇప్పటికి ఐ థింక్ యువర్ సక్సెస్ ఇస్ అట్ లైక్ you're a star now, like and Ashwin gariki, how are you able to handle this star?
Vijay ka caravan betami sir ante point sir he had to share Nani's caravan. That is the only difference, otherwise it's all the same.
Yeah. And meeku did you find any difference from his first movie as a director and first movie ki ee movie ki, what was the difference?
Like, ante for me it felt like coming back. It's like back to space, back to all the ADs had changed. Everyday appudu Nagi kunna team ippadiki mottham maaripoyaru. But ante like when you start off with someone like him, in between I used to call him Guruji and all, every now and then I call him Guruji. And I feel I generally I always felt safe around him. So eppudaina set మీద ఉండి it's very chaotic, his sets. So but I'm always like, but where is Nagi? So I just need to see if he's there around. I feel like okay, safe, everything will be sorted. So even till today I just have that feeling like everything is in control. If I see him around, I feel like okay, it'll be sorted type. So I just felt like coming back to a space you knew, space you started from. And I'm extremely fond of him, and like I have some level of attachment, even if we don't do a film together. Like after Everyday I did 3 other films, but that attachment has remained. Atla.
Hi guys. My question is to you, Keerthy. So ఇద్దరు పెద్ద స్టార్స్తో ఒకటేసారి నటించారు అంటే అందరు కూడా డుల్కర్ని చూడాలనుకుంటారు లేదా విజయ్ని చూడాలనుకుంటారు. ఇద్దరితో ఒకటేసారి యాక్ట్ చేశారు. సో మీ ఫేవరెట్ యాక్టర్ ఎవరు?
Did you guys share screen?
Actually, we have this song in which I'm kidding.
I was like, what?
It's like, I didn't grade that. Who shot that?
Danny's like, I never shot that. Who shot that?
We didn't share a scene.
Okay, so I'll maybe change the question. So if so there are 3 men here, right? There's Dulquer, there is Nag, there is Vijay. If you had to kill, marry and live, whom would you do?
When you say Nag, you mean like Nag?
Yeah, Nag
Nagi?
Ashwin. Yeah,
Okay.
Nag. Yeah.
Oh.
But I have to kill who?
You can. There are 3 names, and you can kill one, marry one, and live with the other. So whom would you?
Oh, kill, marry one and live with the other.
Yeah.
Kill Vijay.
What are you saying? I
Apart
think
from
you need
Vijay.
to seriously rethink your choices. It's
I
time.
want to read the comments now.
They were all looking at the screen and
I want an explanation right now. Why would you kill me?
Because I can marry Nagi because Priyanka is very understanding.
అదే జెమిని గణేషన్ లాగా
You want to marry a married man? Oh, you have a thing for married men.
She's living her character.
Yeah, asalu.
Second marriage is okay.
క్యారెక్టర్ నుంచి బయటికి రావట్లేదు
And what was the other thing? Live. And you live with Dulquer, another married man.
Okay, back to the story.
Keerthy,
Lunch tomorrow. Keerthy Suresh likes married men. I'm giving them now.
You didn't have to say that.
Just in case they missed it.
Keerthy, you are acted with the most of the Tamil actors.
Are you married?
Right? Yeah, I got married. I have two
Then
kids.
you can talk. Be careful. Then please.
I'm going to kill you, really.
Even my wife maybe see this. Okay, you acted with many of the Tamil actors. My kids loving your Rajini Murugan film and Pairava. Those two films, every time running in my home. I think the same film right now you are acted, right? The same film was released in Tamil like Nadige in Tilagam. So people are in Tamil industry, they know very well about Shivaji with Savitri. So we hope I saw many articles about your acting in this film. So really amazing. I was reading many articles about how you are acted. You are imagining yourself exactly Savitri. Like really very happy about it. And how do you feel about Tamil industry? Your fans.
First of all, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And so Tamil, I think I got a break in Tamil. So I always started from there. So you never forget where you started from, right? And yeah, Malayalam also. So it's always pleasure meeting my people there. And yeah, thank you. You're getting so many questions. Are you seeing that, Vijay?
No.
They're saying
Vijay.
you're super cute and handsome hunk and all that.
She killed me.
They all want you to. They all want you to say something in Tamil, though.
Yeah, I read that.
They want you to talk in Tamil. Yeah, somebody said you can just say vanakkam. You want to say vanakkam?
Vanakkam, yo.
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam, Chennai.
They've been asking you to talk about Dulquer too.
Dulquer, yeah. So Dulquer is super chilled and he's like, I think, a different version of maybe Vijay.
How
Different
different? Why different?
So he's very chilled out and I really like the fact that for him it's a debut in Telugu and for a hero to do a movie in a different language like how you're doing in Tamil right now, it's something really, really big. And to carry Gemini sir's character, it's not that easy. I mean, through looks, he's killing it. But there are...
Very subtly is this one.
but there are these shades of grey which everybody has today also. But I think he has portrayed it in such a beautiful way. And Nagi's also written it very beautifully, so it's come out really well and his portion is terrific, and I think our chemistry is also looking really nice.
Yeah, I think definitely when I went and told the story to Dulquer, I already we were thinking about a few people by then, and it was almost like we were kind of sure that why would somebody take on a risk of a role like Gemini Ganeshan when you go and tell a star who's very comfortable in his own space, in his own industry. Why would they do it? But Sarele Inka, we have to try, we have to do our best. And we went and I told Dulquer, wasn't expecting anything. I thought it'll be like, my dates are busy, we'll see about it, something, that sort of thing. So he kind of said, my dates are busy. But then he said, how do we work it out after that? Basically, he believed in the idea of what we were doing. Like he's like, there's never been a movie like this that's come out about the industry, about real people. Nobody's had the guts to put the names. Nobody's ever said Savitri, Gemini Ganeshan, this is the industry, that's Vijay Vani Studios, that's LV Prasad. Nobody said all that. Like we've always changed names and made kind of historicals. So we're doing it straightforward, and he's like, dude, I want to be a part of it. His main thing was he doesn't know Telugu. So for somebody who has a certain amount of following, who has a fan base and an image that he has to live up to come and perform in a language that he doesn't understand is extremely brave. And I think he did a brilliant job. And whatever the choices that Dulquer, Samantha, Vijay, Shalini, what all of them did, being stars with massive hits behind them, they're coming together to be a part of a project for the sake of the project, and for Savitri Garu project kosam, kada kosam. I feel that is a incredible direction, because these guys are young and these guys are the ones who are going to show the future way to the industry. So all these 4 or 5 people, Malvika, all of them who've come, they have very limited, like, screen time, space, because there's so much about Savitri. But because of them coming on board, like, I think it's a very positive thing for the industry as a whole. And yeah, so we started off with Dulquer, so Dulquer was great. Okay.
నాకు ఒక క్వశ్చన్ మీకోసం. ఒకటి, ఐ జస్ట్ వాంట్ టు గివ్ యూ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ డూయింగ్ దిస్. ఎందుకంటే మా నాన్నగారు సావిత్రి పెద్ద ఫ్యాన్, ఆయన నాకు ఎప్పుడు చెప్తున్నారు. సో ఐఎమ్ లుకింగ్ ఫార్వర్డ్ ఫర్ దిస్ మూవీ. ఫస్ట్ టైం మా పేరెంట్స్తో కలిపి సినిమా చూడాలి అని రిలీజ్ అవ్వకముందు అనుకుంటున్నాను. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ డూయింగ్ సచ్ ఎ గ్రేట్ మూవీ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
మీరు పీరియడ్ ఫిలిమ్స్ తీయాలి, మళ్ళీ అట్లాంటి మూవీస్ మళ్ళీ చేయాలి అని ఇందాక చెప్పారు. సో ఒకవేళ మీకు ఛాన్స్ వస్తే ఏ తెలుగు మూవీ మళ్ళీ చేస్తారు? అండ్ మీరు మహానటిని తీసేశారు, ఒకవేళ హీరోని తీయాలి అంటే, హీరో బయోపిక్ తీయాలంటే ఏ హీరో బయోపిక్ తీస్తారు?
నో మోర్ బయోపిక్స్. ఇంకా నెక్స్ట్ ఫ్యూచరిస్టిక్ మూవీ 2049. అంటే ఈ మధ్య కాలంలో అయితే బయోపిక్స్ మళ్ళీ తీయనేమో. ఇట్స్ అ హోల్ డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాసెస్ టు రైట్ అ బయోపిక్. లైక్ it kind of constrains you in a way, because you want to be honest to the story. So ఒక పెట్టుకొని రాయాలి, and still you have to find your story and your screenplay through those barriers. So it's very different from writing a normal film.
ఓకే, బయోపిక్ కాకపోతే ఏ మూవీ, పాత తెలుగు మూవీ మళ్ళీ మీరు చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారు?
రీక్రియేట్.
He just want you to say some biopic.
But no biopic, I said. So I said remake. Remake. What can we remake?
You can remake Mahanati.
Remake. Can't be. Can remake. No, I won't remake Mayabazar. I don't know actually. They're all like, it's very. ఇప్పుడు మాయాబజార్ మా సినిమాలో ఒక 5 నిమిషాల పోర్షన్ ఉంటుంది మా సినిమా మాయాబజార్. అప్పుడే చాలా ప్యాక్ అయింది బేసిక్లీ. ఇప్పుడు ఆ మాయాబజార్ ముట్టుకోవడం అవసరం జనాలు తిట్టుకుంటారు. అంటే ఇట్స్ సచ్ అ ఎపిక్ థింగ్, లైక్ ద లైటింగ్ యూ కాంట్, ఇట్స్ సో డిఫికల్ట్ టు మ్యాచ్ ద టెక్నికల్ స్టఫ్ విచ్ దే డిడ్ 60-70 years back. Forget about acting, forget about set, forget about everything. They were so perfect. Sangeetam Garu was an AD in Mayabazar. So Sangeetam Garu was on our set, and maak cheptunde anamata, like they would choose a certain color for the curtain drapes for that bed of Savitri Garu, Maya Sisireka. They'd shoot it, then they'll go back, watch it in projection, they'll figure out what whether it's too bright, color jayala edanna ani cheppi malli changes, malli shoot. That much research went into it. మేము చేసేది ఏం లేదు రీసెర్చ్. మేము యూట్యూబ్ వీడియో పెట్టుకొని అలా ట్రైంగ్ టు మ్యాచ్ ఇట్. దట్ ఈస్ సో వీ వర్ రియలీ స్కేర్డ్. సో బేసిక్లీ ప్యాక్ అయింది 5 minutes కోసం. సో రీమేకింగ్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ దిస్ క్లాసిక్స్ ఇస్ అబ్సల్యూట్ నో, ఐ థింక్.
ఆర్ మేబీ నా చిల్డ్రన్కి దిస్ ఈస్ ఎ గుడ్ మూవీ. లైక్ మా జనరేషన్కి మన జనరేషన్కి పాత మూవీస్ ఉన్నాయి, బట్ నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్కి ఐ థింక్ దిస్ గుడ్ బి గుడ్ మూవీ. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ డూయింగ్ దిస్.
థ్యాంక్స్.
Where? I don't see. I feel like you're asking me. Oh, అది ఇంకోటి ప్యారలల్ నడుస్తుందా? Like, it was a blast, man, shooting with her. Like, I was there. It was really fun. Like, ante initially, yeah, and I was just coming from Arjun Reddy, and she happened to see the film and really like it. So I guess that already she had opened up to me as an actor, and she was. I think she was looking forward. So immediately we got along, we hit it off, and first day of shoot I sang Ee Hridayam for her, which she just ignored and went off. And then yeah, it was a blast. In between she tried to say, I'm your senior, behave this way, stay that way and all, but then I don't take directions too well. So yeah, it went on. It was super fun. I really enjoyed working with her. It was a blast.
I think something to be said is, like, put in the magnitude of Savitri's story and Dulquer and those old sets and all of that happening, where in all of that we'll see Vani and Vijay's character, Vani and Anthony's character, come into the film, and they hold the film for wherever they are. So for that, I think having a whole film for yourself and you being the hero heroine, that's one thing, but to be able to hold your own in between all of this takes a special kind of actors, takes a special kind of presence, and it's only I think that's the main reason why I was behind both of them to do it.
We held our own, huh?
You held your own.
Paka. You are going off to Andaman.
Then jump.
You're going off to Andaman?
Andaman Telugu community tho akkada cinema.
Yeah, promotions there, no?
Promotions there.
You're not here tomorrow.
Jump.
ఇప్పుడు అందరికీ తెలిసిపోయింది. Any more questions from the audience? Okay. So we have this quiz and we have like Mahanati merchandise and tickets. I'll ask you guys questions.
Tickets.
Tickets.
So first,
Can we get them too? Like, can we participate? Oh, okay.
Nani, I'm sure you have tickets already. Who are the actors in Missamma along with Savitri Garu? I'm not.
How many should you want?
Two.
ఎస్వి రంగారావు గారు, ఎన్టీఆర్ గారు, ఏఎన్ఆర్ గారు. ఐ కెన్ యాక్చువల్లీ లిస్ట్ గోస్ ఆన్.
You know.
జమున గారు.
I think I should ask you all this.
I'll have no.
Next question. Who is playing Savitri's friend Sushila in Mahanati? I do.
Shalini Pandey.
Everybody knows these. I don't know what to ask.
Can merchandise ఇవ్వు.
అది తర్వాత ఇస్తుంది.
Okay.
ఏ డబ్బా? Oh, what is this called? Like, what is inside this?
Wrong, not Maya Peetam.
Skype.
Yay! She gets a ticket. Open is a camera.
Someone was asking actually to open it.
Skype, no?
I think there's some Skype over there, like some old version, ancient version of Skype.
This
With your
is
loved one.
tough. Kadu, this is actually very easy. Which movie did Nag Ashwin direct? Name one actor who acted in both Yevade and Mahanati.
Vijay Deverakonda.
I also want
No,
merchandise.
other than
I
Vijay
think he knows.
Deverakonda, one more actor.
Yeah,
Give him a cup.
Malvika Nair.
Other than Malvika Nair, one more actor.
Who else is there?
వీళ్ళెవరు తెలియదు ఇంకా సినిమా రిలీజ్ అవ్వలేదు.
Malvika Nair Alamelu.
Yeah, అది actually correct only. There's one more guy actually, one young fellow who bullies
Oh,
Subbu.
that's right.
Who bullies young Subbu and Martin Yavade.
One little chubby
Yeah,
kid.
he's there in this
Yeah,
one.
okay.
that's right. The one that gives out.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Something I was gonna spoil the movie. That's
Yeah.
really bad. Like Nagi, don't make me spoil
Play
the
this quiz.
movie. Yeah. I was gonna give a spoiler.
Oh, so what is Vijay Deverakonda's name and profession in Mahanati?
Vijay Anthony.
And Vijay Anthony? Can you name at least 4 characters apart from the main cast? Apart from the 4
I mean, you want the actor's name or the character?
actors' name.
Okay. Mohan Babu, and Shalini Pandey. Samantha, because she's not the main character.
I said 4 apart from the 4
Apart
main
from the 4.
characters.
You got this sir is still.
Malvika Nair. Avsaral Srinivas.
Who played LV Prasad?
Mohan Babu.
These people know everything, yeah? Wow. Okay.
Okay, this is I think a hard one. How many years was Savitri Garu in the industry for? Just how many years? Years, number of years. No,
That's her life.
32.
that is close. 31.
No, I did. It was okay.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. And can we end this
Thank
with one word about your entire journey? Yeah, generally one word. All of you.
One word.
One word to describe your Mahanati journey.
45 years ante evaro chepparu. That's not true. You're looking awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Give them flying kisses too. They're giving you kisses.
There's somebody who asked Vijay, please stay as a bachelor. What would you like to say about that, Vijay?
There's one or a few person. Like, they're all like.
No, I feel that it's going in a loop.
I think so too. I think it's the same person.
In one word, I think Nagi and Keerthy, I think you should do this. In one word, describe
yeah.
your
Word.
experience.
Maha
This
journey.
is Maha journey.
Yeah, ante in the beginning I thought like, marketing ki epic karna word unte baaguntundi anukunnanu. So I kept saying epic, but I think after just getting into the project and realizing what we got ourselves into, vamo koncham epic ante is a very heavy project. Like yeah, just every department is doing twice of what a normal movie would do. So yeah, just thanks to the entire team who carried this burden, and brought it to the shore and inka few hours shore. Okay.
You just didn't say a word, finally.
A word epic.
It's epic.
Danny?
Let Vijay answer first, no? Like, he was there first.
I think what is for tomorrow in Tamil? நாளைக்கு நாளைக்கு எப்பயும் போல் நேரம் மேட்ருக்கு வரேன். நாளைக்கு மாநாட்டி தியேட்டரில் வரேன். போய்
பாருங்க.
போய் பாருங்க.
That's a lot of words though.
அதே நாளைக்கு தமிழ் வேண்டாம். 11th.
Oh, 11th.
నాలుగు కొన్ని తెలుగు.
ఎందుకు నాగే
సెన్సర్ టైం.
అయ్యో 11th నడిగర్ తిలగం 11th నడిగర్ తిలగం తమిళనాడు థియేటర్లో வரேன். அப்போ போய் பாருங்க.
Thank you all of you for this incredible movie. I'm sure it's going to be incredible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.